Hi Pisces, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Chandler and this is your intuitive energy reading for this week. If you're new to my channel, I do messages for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. And of course, if you're a cross watcher, feel free to switch up or reverse the roles completely as it serves your storyline. Energy is fluid, and so if you need to reverse the roles to serve the characters in the story, please feel free to do that. What else? I'm not currently offering personal readings. I've had a few messages recently about that. I may resume personal readings in a couple months, but for now, I'm going on a very intuitive basis. I don't have a set schedule for my readings. Basically, I just deliver messages when I get them. And so it's a bit of a loose schedule, but you guys definitely called out to me today. Libra and Virgo were actually next in line, in Pisces, you just kind of push them out of the way, okay? So Pisces, in my meditation, I actually got a few messages, which is interesting stuff. For you, I think you're having to think much more realistically than you might be comfortable with, okay? I know that that's a stretch, and please don't take offense to that, but right now, we're really not in a bunch of free-flowing energy. We're very much in an analytical energy, thinking very realistically, tangibly, really having to be honest with ourselves. We're all in a very deeply transformative time as well as we head into Scorpio season. Libra and Scorpio cuspers tend to go through this a lot in their lives, and so if we're just experiencing this for a brief moment, it's kind of a blessing. But yeah, so we are definitely in some very realistic, tangible, analytical, intellectual energy, maybe a strong focus on communication or lack thereof. There could be potential miscommunications because Mercury is currently in shadow. But I think because of this analytical energy, Pisces, you might feel quite stagnant because it feels like it's opposing your nature. It feels like it's opposing what you're used to or what you would prefer. So there is quite a bit of stagnancy in your energy. Now, I don't know whether that's because there's been no communication or conclusion about something. Maybe you've had delays, setbacks, endings, or finalities that you're sort of processing and transmuting. Okay, there's definitely something there that makes you feel a little bit in limbo, that you're trying to, feel your way through, but you have to be very reasonable about as well. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. That's the overall energy. It's very vague. Okay, it's very vague because I don't feel as though you really have come to a specific conclusion, or maybe you're still processing a lot of the emotion along with this conclusion, and so it feels a little bit back and forth to me. It feels a little bit confused or, searching energy. So, yeah, we're going to start with that. We're going to look at my Sacred Activations deck. Pisces. Show me what I need to see for Pisces this week. Now, you guys, for my oldies, I'm no longer doing Water Sign Wednesdays, of course, as you can tell. It's Friday today. I'm going to go on a much more intuitive basis. If you follow me and you like that schedule, please let me know. I will try to resume it at the beginning of the next year. But for now, it just feels better and more serving to my own energy to go on an intuitive basis. So I will be still posting weekly for you guys, but it could be 7 to 10 days now, or it could be twice a week if you guys SOS me. So very intuitive schedule. If I have a message, I will deliver it for you guys. Okay? So here we go, Pisces. Please show me what I need to see for Pisces. Please show me what I need to see for Pisces. Wow, that dog is barking really loud. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's very loud. I'm sorry. Okay, we have 2 cards. Hopefully it stops soon. Okay, so dynamic and solar plexus chakra. Now, this is a really colorful bunch, right? A lot of yellow coming through, talking about willpower, integrity potentially, giving Okay, there's a lot of forward motion here. It could be a bit of a transitional energy that we're seeing. With dynamic, it is a number 5. Okay, a 3 and a 5 are both very imbalanced numbers. There's not a lot of stability here. Okay, that's sort of the essence that I was feeling, is you may not have a conclusion. You may not know how this is going to turn out. Or you could just be, in between here and there, So there's definitely some changes in your life. But with this energy, solar plexus chakra actually came out in reverse. And so I feel as though you might be having some struggles or issues surrounding maybe insecurities, pridefulness, ego, balancing those things out. Maybe during this time of transition is going to be really important for you. Not to completely lose yourself, right? This has a lot to do with your identity. This has a lot to do with your own belief systems, what you feel you deserve, and how you carry yourself, not settling and not just simply sacrificing for something that's not going to be equal for you in the long run. The dynamic card is interesting because it is a triangle. Okay, whenever we see a triangle or a pyramid, it's typically about building rather than destroying. And so if you're in the midst of transition, I would say that it could feel quite a bit like you're in a sinkhole, like things are just falling apart around you. But it actually is an effort to help you build something more long-lasting. If you think of the pyramids of Egypt, those have been there for thousands and thousands and thousands of years and have weathered the storms and have conquered the elements due to their shape. They are the perfect shape for longevity. Okay, so think about it like that. Not only that am I picking up, but also with the triangle and the circle in the middle, this is about your masculine and feminine. A lot of you have been put into ego. A lot of you have been put into your more masculine, dominant, assertive, even aggressive energies because of whatever transformation you've had to go through. And so I really want you to focus on embracing a more feminine energy because that's going to get things moving. If you've been kind of clunking, stagnancy, very mechanically moving through life, it seems, then an integration of your feminine would be really, really helpful to you. The frequency of the solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. Dynamic. The frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. It helps us to put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease and grace and great joy. So listen, I do feel like some of you, and especially the Pisces that I'm connecting with, are going through a major transition. It's probably not so lighthearted. Okay, it's probably very heavy and you could feel like you just want to stay where you are. But that's becoming increasingly difficult. It's becoming increasingly difficult either because it's jeopardizing your sense of integrity or self, or it's not going to help you build, grow, or sustain a healthy dynamic in the long run. So this is the sort of dilemma that you could be currently experiencing. Needing to move forward with ease and grace is very important for you right now. So we're going to try to help you see how you can do that more efficiently during this reading. Let's look for Pisces. Show me what I need to see for Pisces spirit. There is definitely a little bit of a communication thing here. We had throat chakra on the bottom of this deck. Okay, this is also number 5, which is halfway to a tower moment. It's funny because when I was meditating, the 5 of Pentacles came up in my mind, which for you tarot buffs, means codependency, stagnation, financial hardship, inability to let go or move forward, just real either complacency, or just feeling stagnation. And so, there is something here about needing to communicate about something, needing to really draw a line or make a conclusion, because this stagnant energy, you got to get out of it. You've got to get out of it. Yeah, and so these fives is what my point was. The Five of Pentacles, dynamic is a number 5, and throat chakra is a number 5. I think that either you have very recently experienced a tower moment in your life, a very significant ending, or you are going to, okay? Or you are going to. And it's either that you are in transition and you don't know what to do or what exactly should be done as of now, or you're still waiting for this tower moment and it's putting you into stagnation. Okay. Show me what I need to see for Pisces. Okay, we have one card. Beautiful. 3 of Cups. That's beautiful, you guys. And then we have the 10 of Cups. Okay. So this is probably about a friend circle, a group, a foundation that could have been very supportive to you. It could involve friends. It could involve a family. It could involve people who you really trusted, who you really relied upon in the past. My nose is itching like crazy. This is definitely going to resonate for some of you. It could be a family dynamic. I'm getting a lot of people. I'm getting a lot of consideration around you with your friends. This is really good energy, actually. The 10 of Cups could potentially be about a relationship. It could be, involving a child or children, a home, a family life. There's a lot of energy regarding your surroundings coming through. Okay, so let's see what else comes up for Pisces. Okay, the Ace of Wands lands in my lap in reverse. One thing that's really interesting about this is that something has dramatically shifted. Okay, when we're looking at the card of dynamism, we're looking at this Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay, so something that was either really unexpected, threw you for a loop, took you into maybe a darker integration through your energy. Really, really challenging stuff coming through. We have the 5 of Swords. This is a battle of wits. This is a battle of communication. This is lies, deceit, betrayal just to simply win. Someone made a very strong power move. Someone made a big mistake in my mind because this Ace of Wands is in reverse. This could have to do with disloyalty. Cheating or over-sexualized energy, and with the Ace of Wands, it would make sense that the 3 of Cups would come up as well, because something like this is heavily reliant on what people think of them, okay? What people will think of them is what this person had in mind when they made this power move. The 5 of Swords is very interesting as well, because here's our 4th 5. That's a lot of change and destruction. It's a lot of crumbling of family dynamics or friend circles, a lot of rumors or gossip potentially. Let's keep going. Show me what I need to see for Pisces. Oh, 10 of Wands and 9 of Swords. So it is interesting, okay? So the 10 of Wands in reverse is a really heavy burden. It's a really heavy burden because whatever this power move was, it may have changed a foundation. It may have really altered how you feel about someone or a situation. And going from the Ace to the 10 in this way is a real leap. It's a real dynamic shift in your life. The 10 of Wands is, maybe your career. Okay, when we're looking at the 3 of Cups, you could be looking at others to help support you financially right now, because I saw the 5 of Pentacles, which is financial hardship, being at a lack or loss, or having a certain codependency there. The 3 of Cups is your friends probably coming through for you, helping to support you and kind of nurture you back to good health if this is what's happened to you. The Ace to the 10, okay, this is really dynamic, because going from the Ace, something had to have happened. It was probably very significant. Maybe involving a love or a relationship or some sort of partnership or whatever. This is a power move. This could be, from a boss. This could be from someone who you were previously engaged with. I'm sensing kind of loose ties, with. It wasn't as romantic as maybe, a long-term partner. I feel that this is actually something that took out someone's hopes of progression, because the Ace of Wands is not yet established. It's something that is nice, it's kind of that flirtationship, it's like that sexual energy. And the Ten of Wands is a lot of talk, a lot of power energy, ego energy, people maybe talking about your situation that's actually become a burden. And what I would like to say with this, with the Nine of Swords in reverse, is that you really do have to look at how much of a burden this has become if you haven't left yet, if you haven't experienced the Tower moment yet. Now, I do think that some Pisces have already experienced this Tower moment. Like I said, some Pisces have already experienced this Tower moment and are well into that friendliness, maybe getting back to the sociability, really finding who your true friends are at this time. And then some of you are still experiencing this burden because you have yet to see the unevenness or imbalancement, in this dynamic. There is a dynamic that is either extremely masculine and assertive and aggressive, or it's too feminine and potentially highly unrealistic. And so you're kind of maybe swinging back and forth between those right now, Pisces, which I think is good because you're trying to find the answer. You're trying to come up with a conclusion. And I do think that this 10 is truly what marks that quantum leap for you in your life. If you've been experiencing change after sinkhole after change after sinkhole with this situation, this is definitely that ending. That is the conclusion, because it's just too stressful. It may just be too stressful for you to continue to carry the weight of what you've been doing. It's unrealistic. It shouldn't be demanded of you. It shouldn't be expected of you. And you have other options that could probably relieve your stress quite a bit. So we're really trying to get there with you today, Pisces. I'm going to pull a personal power card before we go into clarity. We only have 3 cards on the deck. This energy came through very intuitively. And I would say that it probably does have to do with a relationship. The Ace of Wands is typically a love interest. And that's just what I was kind of picking up, is that your advice is to maybe return to your friends and kind of rely on the people who you trust and really nurture who you are right now. So let's look at a personal power card, and then we'll go to a manifesto card before we end. This personal power card carries a very divinely feminine energy, which I think a lot of you need to focus on so it can, again, be harmonized and balanced, within your life. Let's look at what personal power you need, Pisces, this week. Okay, I am safe. So some of you are in transition, as we saw that 10 of Cups. You could literally be moving. You could be moving away from something. You could, be ending something. We had 2 10s. So something is definitely coming to an end in your life. And for those of you who are in transition, there's definitely a need to feel safe and supported. So please focus on that when you have a number 9. This is about endings and closures. If something doesn't make you feel safe, you need to target that. You need to know that that's not okay. If you don't feel safe, if you don't feel supported, if you don't feel loved in any kind of dynamic or situation, then it's time to leave, okay? Because you are more important than just about anything else. Pisces, I do think that this energy is very specific to your own. This, if you are resonating with the feminine energy, this is the Piscean energy coming through, talking about you needing to develop a thicker shell. You needing to develop a thicker shell because maybe in this past relationship or maybe in this past scenario or dynamic, you made yourself too soft. You were too reliant. You were too codependent. You were too available. You were too vulnerable. Whatever the case may be. The universe is coming through very distinctly saying, firstly, you need to leave situations that don't make you feel safe and do not entertain them in the future. Secondly, you need to develop a thick skin because people will wrong you all your life, okay? You cannot depend on anyone. And I think that that's a very feminine energy. that the collective is experiencing, becoming independent, developing a very thick skin or hard shell so that when life gets you, you don't fall down completely with it. There's something about needing to feel safe, not only from the support your friends provide you, but from what you know you're capable of and can do on your own. Okay? That's a very specific message for someone. Then let's look at the manifesto deck. This is the divinely masculine deck. So even if you're not currently in a relationship, this is a energy that you can definitely work on harmonizing within yourself. Very realistic approach you're taking this week, Pisces. I think that this is really going to help you. But of course, if you're a cross-watcher or if you're inquiring about a relationship and you want to know how the masculine feels here, we're going to look into that as well, okay, before we go into the clarity on Vimeo. Show me what the masculine energy is feeling in this dynamic. Show me what the masculine needs in this dynamic. Show me what the masculine needs in this dynamic. Show me what the masculine needs in this dynamic. Show me what the masculine needs in this dynamic. So there probably is not any talking between the two of you right now. Yeah, there's probably not a lot of talking right now. This energy, it almost feels like secretive. It almost feels like, underlying energy, like not so upfront or in your face or exposed. It's an energy that I feel like that has gone within, okay? So if you're in a relationship or inquiring about one, this would explain that throat chakra energy, the tower energy. Yeah, I mean, it's just simply not wanting to come out. So I'm going to shuffle 2 more times. Okay, here we go. All right, so we have 2 for the masculine. Okay. What should I finally face in my life? What truths or realities are preventing my growth and happiness? What could I do about it right now? How can I better connect with this moment so that I can master what the hour demands of me? Wow. Okay. So like that energy of, sort of going within, it is actually very reflective. This person, I feel like, is trying to better themselves, asking those hard questions. This is potentially a very difficult situation for this person, and there's a lot of questions coming up. There's nothing but questions on this card. What should I finally face in my life? What truths or realities are preventing my growth and happiness? What could I do about it right now? How can I better connect with this moment so that I can master what the hour demands of me? Okay, and for those of you who are not in relationship and who are trying to balance those masculine and feminine energies, maybe there's some dynamic shifts in your life that really are throwing you for a loop, demanding a lot of you, or really needing to integrate quickly, okay, because the stagnancy, you can't let that last. These are the questions you should be asking yourself as well. Let us believe faithfully that our dreams are worthy of any struggle and that it is our time to free ourselves and rise to glory. Okay, so this person has big ideas. This person wants more of life. This person needs to really focus on what they believe to be true. Maybe that's why they're asking so many questions. Let us believe faithfully that our dreams are worthy of any struggle and that it is our time to free ourselves and rise to glory. That 5 of Pentacles energy that I sensed in my meditation, that stagnancy, it does feel like this energy, whatever has previously been for you and maybe thrown you for a loop, was quite limiting. Okay, it was quite limiting. It definitely was a little bit sabotaging, potentially, to your integrity or sense of self or personal growth. And it's the universe kind of challenging that, I feel like. The universe is really challenging yourself and asking you how badly do you want to be free? How free do you think you can be, right? So this is a challenge, Pisces, that I think you're having to be very realistic about, because there definitely is a very distinctive ending, okay? And the new beginning is up to you. We're going to go into the clarity on Vimeo. I hope you guys have enjoyed this and that I hope it clarified some things for you. If you'd like to go to Vimeo with me, the link is in the description box below. We're going to clarify the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Wands. We're just going to go into them and see what exactly is the result of this beginning and end, or what exactly has happened. And yeah, if you guys would like to follow me over there, please do. Otherwise, have a great week and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.